gonna talk about this right quick. Hi, first of all, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment. Wait a minute, let me see something. I keep forgetting my lips. I hate this time my lips get dried out. But y'all, let's talk about this whole mess. Now, when it first happened, when it first happened and the stuff started coming out and the video footage started coming out, where is my, you know, I don't know where y'all think y'all going. And the video, footage first came out and everything, you know, people jumped on it because of who it was. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you ain't been on social media under a rock for the last almost 24 hours, a clip came out of T.I., his wife Tiny, and they son King. Side note, that's why you got to be careful what you name your children, because but that's a whole nother conversation for another time. Where my lip stuff at? My lips are chapped. And excuse me, came out and it was this big thing. They down there at the Mercedes-Benz at the Falcons acting a fool, and T.I. had to him that ass up. Well, I started to go live then, and I'm glad I waited because I have seen that whole video. And because, he kept saying, why you let them try me like that? Why you let them try me? Why you let them try me like that? And I was thinking it was somebody outside, another party that had, said something to him. And he was mad because they didn't jump in. Well, lo and behold, what this little fluorescent light bulb looking dude is mad about is because his parents just told him, and they were joking, told him, you out here trying to be hood and gangster. You ever woke up with a roach on you? You talking about you grew up, behind a gated community. And, the thing had came out where he had said that, he didn't live with them. He would only come over there when it was time for family. He lived with his grandmama. And the reason why he lived with his grandma is like, basically, you got to do what you wanted to do. He got to do what he wanted to do with his grandma, which is Tiny Mama, who's a Caucasian lady. So I could go off and separate off that whole thing right there. And to, if it had been your black grandma, he might have been a little better. But I watched Sean Davy Way did a live on it, and I'm a big fan of Sean, but I got to disagree with every damn thing he said in that video. These folks has given this little ungrateful wannabe gangster probably couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag if his life depended on it. Spoiled brat, everything. And I mean, he's got more than most kids out there. And you upset because ain't nobody recognizing your street cred? Boy, stop. And he lucky to still be drawing breath on this here earth today. For one, when you pushed your mama out the way, that should have been that right there alone. You should be in traction somewhere. You should be on somebody's breathing machine, feeding tube. Thank you for the thumbs up. Uh, but to cuss at your and call your daddy a nick, buck up at your daddy and call him a nigga, man. If I had did that to my daddy, God rest his soul, Lord have mercy, Jesus. See, this is what Bernie Mac was talking about. See, because that is a result of no ass whippings. And I understand why they might not have done it, because they had whooped his ass when he was little. Then it'd have been all out in the news that they beating their kids. No, you got this. That is the prime example why you beat your kid's ass. And I seen people in the comment, oh, spanking shouldn't. Oh Lord, they got a dog. Somebody got a dog up here. These kids finna lose their mind. You shouldn't spank your kids, because there's another situation over here. Oh Lord, it's two dogs. There's another situation going on these YouTube streets that I ain't even finna talk about, because Mr. Bradley summed that shit up perfectly. But getting back to this translucent little Negro at here, Charleston White was right when he said, boy, you got that high yellow skin and them lips. Oh, they waiting for you. They waiting for you. You wouldn't survive. You wouldn't make it 24 hours. And then I find it funny that the one time he did that I know of him getting arrested, it was that he was hanging out with Bootsy's son, and Bootsy is a whole nother thing. Cause why y'all talking about calling the Department of Family Services on folks? Why ain't nobody called on that clown? I don't know yet. I mean, you're paying to have your child molested, but that's a whole nother that's a different story. I'm on this translucent light bulb here. It was because he was just disrespectful the whole day. He was out on the field harassing the players, and how you think you got to be on that field, little boy? Yeah, you 19, but you still a little boy. How you think you got to be on that field? Because it was comments made, well, T.I. and Tiny, they ain't good parents because they could have ain't none of their kids' career, it could have went further than what they done had they used their connections. What they gonna use their connections for? They don't. And see, and that's what that's what his problem is. He expecting, because his mama is Tiny and his daddy is T.I., allegedly, because I'm hearing some stuff about that. That he's supposed to just get through. No, little one, no, Latoya. Just because you are related to you have talented family members, don't mean you are talented, Latoya. Because honestly, he's behaving like the Latoya Jackson of that whole family. And like old boy said, and like T.I. told him, you embarrassing yourself and you embarrassing the family. And your family, meaning your parents, are the reason why you was able to be in that suite up there at the Falcons game and be all on the field and where the players come in and the players' locker room and all that. It's because of that nigga. And then you got folks saying, that Tiny neglected him because she was too busy running up in behind T.I. and allegedly drugging folks and this, that's regardless of the point. The point is you living better than most. And it's because of your parents. And, the question was asked, why Tiny went and tried to stop him, why she didn't try to stop T.I., because she was trying to save that boy life. Because irregardless, there's still a black household. And when you clown like that and huff up at your dad, she was trying to save his little arse. But once he pushed her, and that's the thing. It couldn't have been my mama, and you pushed her. Even right now in her senior years, she would have mucked that little boy. Been mucked, like I said, he had been in somebody facility. It would have had to been being prepared to be transferred to a long care facility, because he would have caught it, and that's the problem. Then he on there trolling and all that. If I was a mistake, just tell me I was a mistake. And this that and it's very few babies that are planned. Most of the time, two people got together, humped around, and oops, there you go. It's very few babies that are planned. But I ain't got no problem with what T.I. did, especially once he hooked up. I'm on business. I'm so sick of all these new little slang terms that you new Negroids come out with. You ain't on no type of business. Not looking like that. For one, little see-through boy, cut that shit off out your head. Because you trying to play hard, but it's been known that you was a straight A student. So, see, because what should have happened was back that Waffle House incident. That cook should have whooped his ass. And cooks have been known to scrub, at Waffle House are known to scrub up some folks. But see, they kept their hands off you because of who you are. And you come across as type little nigga that if anybody put their hands on you, you're going to try to press charges and sue. But you on your bit, whatever the hell that mean. This is a product of no ass whoopings. Ain't no way you done got a real ass whooping and act the way you act yesterday. You in Atlanta. Your dad just performed. Your dad, okay, they saying, well, T.I. really ain't been in his life. Well, between getting locked up and then going out on tour and all this and doing everything to keep money, to feed and clothe this monstrosity. And don't even get me, boy, wherever you went to get them big ass horse teeth put in your mouth, go back and have them shaved down. It's a damn shame. You probably got 12 times the money I got, and I can go and get my dental work done and it look better than that shit that you got in your mouth. You can't even close your mouth. You look like a 12-year-old with 45-year-old teeth. But yeah, I have no problem with T.I. putting their hands on, and T.I. told him, you can't take me. But see, when the first nigga popped out his mouth toward T.I., he should have been picking them oversized chitlets up off the floor. Because had that been me and my daddy, yeah, I've been picking up some teeth off the floor. Because that's disrespect on a whole nother thing. But see, when you try to be your child friend, and you try to, that's be they homie, and no, some kids can handle that. Some kids, they know you want to draw the line. That one right there, no. Y'all need to show him some, and then he taller than, I mean, China ain't but this big, and he done got taller than her, so that's why he pushed up. But China did what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to go to him and be like, look, calm your ass down. She told him, shut up, calm your ass down. And once he was still on that rah-rah, hey, step aside. You want to go run into your daddy, go and do it. And then the boy, he clout chasing because he got all this going on while he live. This was off of his live. And see, and that's what it was. He was on live capping and flossing like he this big hard gangster. And his parents just had to remind him, you ain't from the streets, boy. I'm just saying. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for coming over and listening. Please hit that like. Can you, if you haven't already subscribed, share this out. Leave a comment. I really appreciate it. But getting back to what I was saying. And then, like, I'm getting things where he's still, let me see what this said. Doing stuff. Talking about he from the hood. Boy, you ain't from no, he from the hood. I'm from the hood. Charleston White, to me, Charleston White is an acquired taste because sometimes he can get real ignorant too. But if he ain't never said nothing true in his entire existence, when he said that boy better not go to jail because they wait for him with that yellow skin and them lips, them DSLs that he got attached to his face. You be walking around holding on to a nigga shirt tail, they be calling you Queen. But yeah, he got something going. It's something going on up here. It is. Now, I say it's lack of ass whippings, and that could be part of it. But just, it's something going on up here. And honestly, if I was Tiny and T.I., I would go to court. I would go and to have him committed. And I would use that video from yesterday. Because a normal person just don't go from 0 to 1,000 like that and just get out of control like that. Y'all, the footage is out there. He would have to be put on a hold because it is something mentally wrong with that little boy. Because he can't be believing them raps that he doing what his daddy did. Or say he did in them songs. Because even the niggas that's putting out their songs, 75% of that shit that they put in them songs be made up. Hell, Drake told you that. It's show business. Show business. First word, show, emphasis on business. It's just entertainment. But he really do, I guess he think he his dad. I guess he really do think that he was in the trap with his daddy. I'm just saying, and going back to this, they didn't help none of their kids' career could have been, but they didn't help, they didn't use their connections to help their kids along. They weren't supposed to. Hell, the stuff that they got because of who their parents are. So, hell, how many more doors are they supposed to? Because, like, Zonique, she had that group. Tiny was managing it, it. And then the next thing I hear, she pregnant. So, come on, man. Come, little boy. You know, little Run Run got this little cartoon, little Run Run, and he got this thing. You need the little ugly dude. And I know all God's children are beautiful and in their own way, but you can't see it on this one. And it's his attitude, because he walks around and like, oh, I'm just this hard hood nigga, everybody beneath me, just like he gonna tell that woman at the Waffle House, I got your salary, what you make a year in my pocket right now, and this, that, and another. And T.I., let me pull your coattail for a minute, cause see, when that shit went on, you were supposed to have thumped him a little bit more than you did, because the way that you did it is why you arguing with a short older cook, like that man was beneath him. And see, and that's his problem. That's the problem right there. So y'all got some fault in what happened yesterday. That you might as well say that was y'all chickens coming home to roost, because y'all ain't been whipping this boy's ass like you need to. He ain't afraid of nothing. I'm just saying. And y'all know it's something. This nigga 12 years old wanting to suck on a pacifier at 12. Dennis say 5. After 5, if they still doing it at 5, no. After 5 years old, And because they wouldn't let you suck on a pacifier, you cried and bitched and moaned and cried till you got to go live with your grandmother who let you do that. And again, I'm looking at T.I. and Tiny funny, because I don't give a damn how much you cry. You ain't getting this pacifier. Get your ass up there in that room and get somewhere and sit down. Trust. I've been a kid before. He would have got time. But yeah, so now this is, and then they're going back on that when T.I. was with saying he goes with Deja to her different appointments to make sure she's still, she hasn't been deflowered. And, folks, and at the, that's kind of taking it a little too far. And folks were saying, and that's against her HIPAA right. Well, no, not if she's still a child at the time and he's the parent. I mean, yeah, he got every right to be there. Sorry, he do. Might not like it. Might not be the, the most, might seem a little old school, or we might not like it over here, in America. That sounds like something they do over in the Middle Eastern countries, the Muslim countries, something like that. But I mean, hey, she was a minor, so he had every right to be there. Not be in the room while the exam is going on, which he said he wasn't in the room. He would sit, and then talk to the doctor afterwards. Ain't no HIPAA laws being broke there because she's a minor. She was a minor at the time. But getting back to translucent boy here. T.I. did what he was supposed to. And I ain't mad at him not one bit. Not one bit. It's funny, I just got an alert about Kurt Franklin going live on his Instagram. And Kurt Franklin showed, if the man of God steps out and let his child know, nigga, don't you ever come at me like that. I ain't had no problem with that. No, you shouldn't raise your voice at your children, and you shouldn't yell at them. You shouldn't. Man, y'all. Anyway, I ain't got no problem with what T.I. did yesterday. I'm just saying. Maybe if more daddies had been around and stayed around and laid hands like that, you wouldn't have these little fuckers out here in the street shooting and killing each other and other folks and breaking into folks' stuff and stealing folks' stuff that they done worked hard for. Because you want to claim some kind of hood status. Don't none about that little boy say hood to me. And then if you trying to say where your grandmama live at is hood, well, we all know that's a lie. But see, where that grandmama messed up at, she should have been like, nah, baby, I love you, but I done raised mine. You need to go on home with your mama and your daddy. See, here's my problem with him. He was like, I wasn't living with them. I would just come when it was time to shoot that show. I came, I did my scene. I love. If you had a problem with it, you should have said something then. I always say, don't wait to after you benefited from it, because you benefited from that show, little boy. And that's what he is. He a little boy. I don't give a damn what his age say. You could be 50 years old and be a little boy. I know a lot of 50, I damn near 50 and over little boys walking around here. Just saying. But yeah, they have made it possible for this little boy to have a life that others could only dream of. You know, went places others only dream of, and lived in houses that others would probably never see in their life. And you want to be hood? Little translation boy, get somewhere and sit down. But yeah, you need to go back to that dentist and have them the size of them teeth that need to be that ain't Every time I see that little boy, y'all remember that show Hee Haw, and that donkey that used to come on hee hee ha. That's what I think of, that donkey from Hee Haw. Every time I see him, he can't barely close his mouth causing them damn things. But I have no problem. I go back to my original statement. I said it before, I said it again. I have no problem with what T.I. did. He was supposed to jack that little boy up. You big and bad and street enough to come at me and call me all kind of niggas and cuss at me. You big and bad enough to catch these hands. That's just all it is to it. You can't have it both ways. You can't want to be hood and be a grown ass. What? Oh, she picked hers up. And be a grown ass man and be this hood nigga and then cry. You gonna let him do that to me? You gonna let him do that to me? What was she supposed to do? When she tried to get you to shut up, you pushed her. So at that point, you crossed over into being just another nigga on the street. You was just another nigga at the foul game acting a fool. And you was dealt with accordingly. And I have no problem with it. None whatsoever. Y'all ain't got to agree with me. But I have no problem with it. If more parents was laying hands on their children, these kids, well, all that. Oh, I thought this car was finna move. Like Chicago, for example. If they had more James Evans seniors, y'all know, and if the good times, and you can't say you ain't never seen it. I used to say 40 and up, but it's in syndication everywhere. BET show it all day, every weekend. If they had more James Evans in the households, all that stuff in Chicago wouldn't be going on, because you will have, it'll be consequences. We need more James. See, everybody is trying to be like Cliff Huxtable and talk and tell little stories and do all this and do little punishment. No, you need to take it back to the old school. You need a James Evans. It should be a James Evans in every house, especially where there's a boy child. So when that ass get out of hand, you can damn near snatch the life out of him. See, because I think parents should have the ability that Jesus had when he was able to raise Lazarus from the dead. You should be able to, at one time, and you should only be able to use it once, to knock. I do you one even better. Doctor Strange. The character in Doctor Strange that's able to knock your soul out your body and have you outside your soul, outside looking at your body, and able to bring it back and put it back in when at her will. Every parent should be able to do that, and they could only use it 3 times in a child's life. Sometimes you got to knock the soul out of these kids to let them know that you ain't playing. Seriously, get out of that. And that was a knock the soul out moment. Should have just been able to use that superpower, knock that soul out, let that in the middle of that little diatribe that he was going on, and just to let him know, you see that, you see your body, you see your soul. Do you want to be reconnected? You better act like you got some damn sense up in here, just to let them know you ain't playing. I'm just saying, because some of these kids you can't talk to. You can't. You cannot talk to some of these kids, you know. And I'm not saying, you know, what was that? What was Penny Mama name before Walona adopted? I ain't saying do them like that. I ain't saying break their arms, you know, burn them with irons and all that. But when they get out of pocket, like Bernie Mac said, you big enough to talk shit. You big enough to get. And see, he would have caught it in the stomach and the throat. Because he deserved. I don't want to hear that about, well, he's an adult. Where's he? He is the prime example of what, like I said earlier, of what you will end up with if you don't put your foot on these kids' neck when they first start acting out. Oh no, you should never spank a child. For what? Why? Why you shouldn't? Because if you don't spank them, you're going to look up and they're going to be trying to spank you. Trust. But y'all, I'm finna pick up. I think my little one is here. Just like I said, some conversation she can be in on, some I don't like her to hear, and this is one of them. Y'all take care, and I'll be seeing y'all out here in these YouTube streets. Smooches.